Hello, welcome back to Formula 1 2023, my team, the episode 34, 35, it rejects all the time, but then, if you not watch Battlefield 1, with the Mad episode, if not watched that one, don't watch this one before you watch this episode, but for who had watched it, you can say I had a really good late in spread. You can also say I had a good late in long playing if you don't count the penalty. If you don't count the penalty, it was a good late. But if you include the penalty, it was a bad late. Because I don't think that's a penalty. And obviously, it was partly of my fault. I was being luckily driving in those specific time in of those two penalties. But then, it passed now. I can't really think about it. So we should just head over to Malta. With the first hot knowledge, which means I'm gonna stay under that really bad. Wait. So I think that's what you see. But de started is fine like for Malta, so we've done that season. But the normally tour is cut up to. So for the tour is not doing the cut up to some not to number. So we got quite a good money to be able to do that for spec. It's a powertrain I can do for. Yeah, powertrain, mobility, but I can't afford marketing person that we can do though. We've got 572. I don't think we have enough for anything else with the details at all. No. Powertrain, no. Mobility, we can, but it maxed out capacity. But with the update, so if we look down to where I am, we get the opposite last episode, I've got the DR activation mechanism, which I hope with the DR which is definitely needed to update, and it obviously got me ahead of out of the manual. So with all of those updates which are come in before motor, we should be able to get to where McLaren is if they don't really update. And also well done to the Alpine, they were P1 in qualifying and spray, and again P1 with different driver. So P1 in qualifying and spray with Pierre Gasly, P1 with Ocon. Absolutely fantastic performance from them. So we're gonna do all of it now to get basically got freedom all the way through. Everyone who's going on holiday or something, well, they can't actually go on holiday really. So if I'm gonna go and buy some spec, obviously I'm thinking about keeping Bill Porsche the whole season next season. Obviously I need him to like really well, do better than who did. But we can get this update. We don't necessarily need to worry about saving money at the moment. We can get the ability, but I mean the area I want to start Davidson are the because we now heading into vaccination area. But the last day we got the vaccination quite late, and that because it was already one vaccination chose, which is the ability last season. It could be the whole thing. So we need to find out when the vaccination going to be and what it's going to be. We will focus entirely in those what are the performances. So I think I'm gonna focus on getting powertrains up to spec 2 and then save some money up for mobility. I think that might. I mean, if we do that, we can be able to get. You know what? I'm gonna do the ability. I feel like the ability is better tool. So I'm gonna simulate doing feed the talk with all the updates that we want. So the first one we got both fantastic. We got distorted point 300 not enough for anything else. We got the ability spec 1
Okay, we've had the
personal event.
fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next
Porsche is feeling extra motivated today and wanting to spend few more hours training, whereas we focused our effort the stimulation time or go to the gym. Experience or like twab. You know what? Get some experience.
Thanks for
We
handling
need to get some experience. I think better for him. 800 W2. We can actually go ahead and so where are we now? We're still the same area. That's fine. I get it. Not the end from world. Really. We still get the more updates coming in though. Nothing. So we got energy storage style, which is good. We can't afford that. Fine. Got that. Beautiful. I'm gonna get this. Or I should I save it? Or I should get it? So you know what? Let's get it. We got that. So that everything done. That's why I need to get spec 2 quickly so I can get spec 2 available for the update of more for stability. So the next one has we got chatty. Please give me the fusion. Get in. What's it
Only
update for?
parts have completed
What's it
without issue.
update?
You'll be on the
Where
car
are
ready
we?
for the next race.
Beautifully done. I don't know if that retired on McLaren. I need a Luna, but I know I'm definitely sitting tiny bit over William. But McLaren, we might be still a tiny bit behind, but that's really good. We got the update, all of it, which I'm happy about. So the future needs to done now, so that one is what brought in another episode at the end of it. And then this one we should tame it now to 893. I think I'm going to stave up with a high lot really good. So that is what we need to do out for. Our chatting is absolutely bad. Compared to all other car, the powertrain, okay good. We still obtain the powertrain, which is good. The ability is still pretty much just the worst of all. So they're all on spec 2 now, I think. I'm only one that's on spec 1. So, other thing, maxed out, not maxed out, but other thing on 111. So these two, what we did at the voted on with them. Maybe I can get personnel now, actually. Let's get personnel. Yeah, I think we took personnel actually all do it for it. But whereas the Porsche, it's different rated, that beautiful rated. He's way better than who's so cheap it well, which I'm happy. But obviously his contract will go out when we get to. Well, I don't know if the patch has fixed the Abu Dhabi situation, so we'll have to find out. But the thing seemed good. We got all the upgrades. We bought the personnel. We got the ability spec 1 in. The we need to do not necessarily, but I'm gonna head over to Malta and do some practice sets and get all restored the point I can, and then find out when the next. I think the next one might be by the time we get to Japan, but the next one, last season we got the ability upgrade, and that was in, and roughly about the same time in Japan, after Japan, I think. So I think we just gotta find out. So I'm gonna head over to do some practice section, and I'll see you at qualifying. We're gonna get ready to head over to qualifying. The practice section had absolutely done really well, which I'm happy about. Obviously, we got the upgrade came in, and it definitely makes me feel a lot more confident in my car. So I'm hoping that all of the things that I've done in practice, I can bring that effort into the qualifying and do fantastic in there. Though I'm gonna go over to the qualifier, but I do see my RD is 2,145 RD points, which is A plus for us. Though the 4 card is going to be absolutely fine. So we got the ability coming in. We will do need to look for the detail, but the problem is because I don't know when the destination change comes in, so I don't know the specific time. So maybe I'll just hold on, but I'm gonna see what details. So Venture Tunnel 1015, which is good. It's very quick. It's before Japan. Most of the others are for Japan, so major. This one minor, so it works fine. Then the other one is them two, but they're more expensive. This one, how much is it then? 1215. Okay, we can do the tunnel. the chassis is still expensive, it is engine cover, it's a bit out for Japan. As I'll tell you, we can rush it really, but it's quite expensive at the moment. Powertrain is, I don't really think we need to worry about powertrain at the moment. The ability, all of them maxed out when we expect to. So we can look into doing this now. 1215, take away this, that will be 1020, 1020, isn't it? I don't know actually. My math is bad, so I really don't know. Or 900 something. So I can get that now, or I mean it's minus. So it's, yeah, you know what? Let's get it now. I think we want to be able to keep pushing the area on that rear downforce. So yeah, it should be alright. So we need to do standard instead, and that will come before Japan. So it works to everyone's favour. 930, I thought so. So we're gonna head over to practice that now, and I'm gonna practice qualifying. I'll show it. So I'm hoping to do really good effort in the expectation. Try to make it 2-2. If not, if it's 2-1, P16, 2-2, be 30 or something. Please tell me I did put all of the. I hate each other something right now. So this setup, I'm waiting for a 10-7, 52, blah blah blah. And that's all this setup I'm waiting for. I'm gonna do fuel actually I'm doing one per time. So 7 kilo should be okay to do so. Stop, yep, all good. Alright, perfect. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit to get the lift on the track. And I'm gonna go now. I'll cut that. So you know what, let's keep moving a little bit, and I'm gonna go now. And hopefully I'll do really well. So I'm gonna do you at the end of the first run. Unfortunately, the first one didn't do well. It was bad, because I had lost a bit of a time in this certain area. There's 23rd at the moment, so I'm gonna pop out again to do my second run. But what I'm gonna do back to back. So I'm gonna put a brand new wear and tire, that's the word. And I'm gonna pop out, do my second run and third run. Well, unfortunately, the second and third run was all that wasn't the best, but I'm gonna pop out right now quickly. To put on the tire, so straight out right now. I'm gonna do my fourth run, so I was seeing you at the end of the fourth run. unfortunately, this did a bit improve, but with P17, so I tried to play it better than last one in Belgium, and obviously, I did quite well, but in the first one, as you see, the time I purpose stuck to 1, stuck to 2, which lean to, it was good, we stuck to 3, which is lean again, but the time had gone down a little bit by the time, which is kind of annoying, everyone literally hit 1 minute 18, I've only been able to hit 1 minute 90, and they are made it touching 2-2, well done deal. I mean, as long as my teammates done really well and improve and get points for it, I'm happy for it really. So I tried to playing, but with P17, and I do hope I can do well. Actually, slash that off and I hope I do bad. The first time, honestly. So, like, and I felt the bot that obviously I know all the rival that I'm rival with is going to do better than me until I finally complete for points. I know that we might be expecting me to complete for championship by now. But you know, I'm doing it in my own way where I'll make it. Obviously, I know we can speed protect up, getting really good immediately. But I'm not that experienced to do that just yet, and obviously I like to be able to learn on my own term. Another thing is I like realistic style of gaming, so we don't have a proper lie there, which is good. I'm gonna make sure I don't make mistakes or anything, so I'm gonna head over to do my long point, while seeing you at the end of the long point.
We're back in Italy once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. And what a great race is in store for us today, here at the oldest circuit on the calendar, which hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. A fantastic effort from Pierre Gasly yesterday puts him on pole position, with Esteban Ocon alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Perez, Verstappen, Albon, Leclerc, Drugovich, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, the owner driver, Magnussen, Sargent, Joe, Théo Pourchaire, De Vries, Oscar Piastri, and Liam Lawson. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Anthony Davidson is alongside me, as usual, for today's race. We should talk about Williams. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
I'm going to be getting ready to crack on to Monza Grand Prix, and this machine I'm actually going to go for a stop to medium, and the fuel is going to be locked down to 28 lapped fuel, because I haven't really had to struggle in the least of racing when I need the fuel. I actually managed to finish the race quite nicely with quite enough fuel left over. So I'm hoping that it still will apply to Monza, because Monza is well known for high speed circuit, so not many braking points. I think not many braking points, so it's going to be a very high speed type of a circuit. We now lined up to with the perfect lineup, which is good. And we actually jumped 2 positions up, but our P17 up to P50, which is good. And it's 5 line, and away we go with both LP1 locked out with a fantastic start for Pierre Gasly. and Lando overtook P2 from Ocon, and Ocon actually forward out the P4 as I dive bomb down the inside, taking P6, P5 at the battle with Max Verstappen, and Max Verstappen obviously gonna have the more pace to do the Red Bull car, and he overtook me back for the P5, and I'm P6 now. And that good position I think behind it is Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, and we know they're gonna pass us quite easily. So I'm gonna see how much I can defend for this position before they overtake us. So I need to be able to pull away as much as I can. So I'm desperate to get my third ever point. So what better player to do it in motor? One of my favourite strategy to do it on, and Hamilton actually got side by side with me, and he joined the break early, and I'm like to keep the defense on, and then we on board with Ocon trying to battle with Lando, George Russell, and Ocon is going to be trying to double overtake on both cars on the inside Parabola, and he's going to get the overtake done, and he's wheel to wheel, and no, he ain't anymore, he now overtook, and Lando come back with the slipstream, and he's leading one with George Russell on the right side, and they're now going to go on for the first turn, corner, and Lando actually got double overtake on both cars, and Matt actually caught up to the battle and overtook George Russell, and I'm still P6, but I'm doing quite well so far to considering the fact that my car is not quite pretty much everybody in top 10 to overtake me quite easily, but right now we know I'm behind McLaren in performance car, and I'm ahead of William to that 8 I think. As I made a little mistake as I come out of the corner, got off the track a little bit, and Hamilton now come back side by side, and I got purple stuck there and stuck to 1, and then Lean stuck to 2. Could it be purple if I didn't make a mistake? Maybe, I don't know. But we still be able to keep P6 from Hamilton, but that's not gonna last long anyway, because obviously we've got a long way to go. We've got about 26 laps left, and we know we're gonna get overtaken and probably gonna drop down to P10, depending on the mistakes or anything. And the DRS is not enable, and we did not get the fastest lap unfortunately. But George is weaving about trying to overtake Matt, and I did brake early, so I took on 4 type of risk that comes from George, because sometimes they'll brake check too early and let Matt to brake check, and then George end up brake quite hard that I can end up way behind him or something. And then over at lap 5 we got Sergio coming in, and George, obviously we end up overtaking in whatever lap 4 I think, and then Sergio now come back, and I did go off the track to unlock control of the car a little bit, which is always quite disappointing because I'm trying to exit, but I've lost the feel of the tyre as I come out of the corner. And Perez is obviously lurking behind, trying to get the opportunity done for him, and he now in lap 6 he actually managed to do it with Carlos Sainz to join the party as he got over the curb and hit me in the front wing, and it caught my front right wing damage. I thought it was a bit left, not right wing damage, so I'm confused why it did right front right wing damage. So I had to go in the pit, unfortunately, to put on new front wing and then hard tyre. But it's quite early to put medium, so I want to put hard tyre, and hopefully that could work out at the undercut as well. And which is that I was quite disappointed George actually picked as well. But he was involved in an incident with, I can't remember who got involved, but he ended up getting damage in the front wing, and he overtook her, but he's on stop tyre, so he definitely doing the pit again. And I obviously braced late in turn 1, took the hard time, with them warmed up, but I should be careful, brake early, so I don't make the mistake. And Max Verstappen had a little wobble at the gain on Lando, He nearly went back of him, but he avoided that by having a little wobble, which is definitely a lot bit of a time. But at least Matt is okay with no damage on that one, which is good thing for him. But he hasn't really had a good lot recently. But hopefully there could be somewhat for him to improve that. So in lap 10, we actually tried to see if we can get a faster time, and we actually got faster than I was on top tyre, which is new. And we got our teammate doing the pit along with Lawton or Starshin and Holtenberg joining the pit in lap 13. So we are in lap 12, but we will get into lap 13 after we get past the parabola, and we're going to overtake the 4 car in the pit, and hopefully we can get locked in with the position, because obviously we're going quite quick, so we can actually try to gain time in the car in front with a very old stop tyre, so we can actually have opportunities to see we can make up the time that we have lost with Sturziel when he jumped over the curb and hit into me. I was quite annoyed when that happened, and over to lap 14, same thing happened, top of the car joining the pit, and we jumped up to P11. Not an ideal position where I wanted to be P6, is that's where I was before Pala jumped over the curb. But that's where I wanted to finish on point, and speed of the position, we now jump over to lap 8, we got over to Albon, so we are in lap P8, so hopefully we can hold on to the position without mistakes or anything, so we're gonna keep our finger hope for the result. So we know in front it's Hamilton and Perez are fighting against each other, so hopefully they can lose time and I can come in to fight. And Orton actually got the overtake done on Max Verstappen and the parabola, and they still play against each other, and Orton still is side by side with Matt, and Lando is going to join the party with the slipstream, and he's going to make it 3 wide, and Lando is going to go into P3 on the podium, P2 sorry, and Orton is now P3, but it's an overtake than Lando done. And Albon now overtook me for P7, and obviously always the brake late, as you know that I always brake late, and Albon went off the curb of the track. I had to avoid it, but he could potentially jump in, and I obviously exceeded the track limit. I did not think that was fair, but I avoided having an accident. I done lost both position to Piastri and Albon, and I dropped out the P9, but I brake early, but I was too far on the inside with in the parabola, and I now trying to overtake Albon, and I've got the second penalty for a season track limit, and I was absolutely furious with that call, because I did not think that was fair. Albon was defending me. I couldn't go on the left side because I couldn't reach over there. So I decided to go on the right side. I've done that multiple times but I've done it quite often. So this time I got a season track limit. So I don't really understand why that's how the season track limit. I was pissed, to be fair. And Motor Joe actually got the overtake done and the parabola, and I enjoyed to try to get the position back for P8, and we lost time with the car ahead. So it's been a couple of laps. The 3-second penalty, Piastri actually should be able to just breeze by easily. So we overtook those back, which is it's a good thing, but I was not pleased with the call of 3-second penalty. But that is only me, Albon, I believe box that, and there's 4 of us fighting for P8, and I'm going to try to keep that position, and in fact, Albon actually went into me, and I got a season track limit and front wing damage, and I was not happy because I went down, and obviously you can dip down a little bit, but Albon was just not meant to be there, and I went into him, and I didn't feel like it was his fault, but we got the water for the season track limits, but I should avoid it, and I must have gone a bit too far out wide off the track. But as you see in the pop-up menu, I actually got 0.3 mileage, 0.3 of fuel, and that is not enough because I can, if I don't save it, I can end up finishing race on low fuel mode and be on board with on meanwhile with Style, Matt and Ocon. They're still constantly fighting against each other for that podium. P3, Lando is gone to P2, Gasly was already gone from the beginning to P1, and Ocon actually lost a bit of a time, and Shires and Matt is fighting side by side. And then obviously we know that if they try to keep doing it, they're going to lose time and probably invite more carbohydrates to join in. And we got double Alpha Romeo going the overtake, and because I got front wing damage, it caused my aerial to be bad. As we now died down on the third tour, and we actually did make a contact. As you see, there's a little plate that flew off one of the car, and I believe it Matey Joe that got damaged. So he got front wing damage due to small tension with me, since I got the warning for towards the tension, which I'm not happy, compared that to the TomTom P1 again at Malta, and then Lando TomTom P2, where he did finish it last top of season and went down on Ricardo, and Shy TomTom P3, absolutely fantastic performance from Pierre Gasly, and I got another penalty, dictation penalty, which is not good. And unfortunately, speaking of the fuel I was talking about recently, my fuel is gone. I got no power whatsoever. So as you see, I'm doing absolutely snow as hell. So all the cars that were behind me should overtake me already, and I'm dropping down to like P20 or something. Yeah, P20. So unfortunately, I'm out of well, not out, I'm still continue. But I lost out on points, well, finished high up because of fuel, so I was not happy. Just learnt my lesson now to not to do too much.
There it is then, victory in the Italian Grand Prix, an historic race and an achievement they can be immensely proud of. What do you think it was today, Ants, that gave them the edge over the competition?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
Here comes your top three making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
I think the Pierre Gasly P1, Lando P2, Carlo P3. So it's a good day for Pierre Gasly as he won his second win in Malta. Basically, he won one in 2019 or 2020. I think something this year it was. And we got both Ferrari on the podium. So it's a good day for the Italy, for the both Ferraris on the podium, and a good day for the Frenchman Pierre Gasly. So it was, hat off performative for them. They quite a lot of back and forth with Carlo, Ocon and Max Verstappen. But for me, I was gutted with a really stupid strategy that I done at the beginning. I should have kept the fuel higher, and I could finish quite nicely. But they are Porsche P11, so that will help out in the championship run. But we finished ahead of both Alpha Tauri, well Theo did, and I think I did finish ahead of one of Alpha Tauri, I can't remember. But as you see, Lewis Hamilton is still P1, and Carlo and Charles was 20 points and 22 points behind. And as you see on the construction stand, we actually did move up the position up to P10 ahead of Alpha Tauri, which I was so happy. So I had to make sure, because the next race was to be Japan, so I need to make sure I keep up with the finish ahead of Alpha Tauri. Obviously, try to battle for points in Japan, but I need, because I think last season I got, what's in 1 point I think, but I need to make sure I get some points. So I'm going to end here. We'll be heading over to Japan in the next episode. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and peace out.